Hey, this is Brian Scott from the Union Underground. You're listening to The Loud Spot.
This is Johnny Ketchup from The Quits, and I'm your co-host right here on The Loud Spot. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Warning, the Loud Spot podcast uses adult humor and adult language in its broadcast. It may be unsuitable for younger audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Also, we are idiots. Please don't take anything we say offensive or to heart.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian, here with my producer, Sam. Of course, we got Don with us, and our guest co-host tonight is Johnny Ketchup, who is in a band called The Quits. I do want to let everyone know this show is sponsored by Ink Nation, a tattoo convention here in Oklahoma City. We are going to get back to Ink Nation and what's been going on. But first, happy birthday to Mr. Sam McIntosh, our producer. Yes. He is officially 22.
20. I was going to say 60, so that way there it looks better.
I was going to say 29 plus shipping and handling and tax.
That's like 30 right there.
All right, you look good for 20.
I didn't realize that your birthday falls on Groundhog's Day. I guess every year Groundhog's Day is February 2nd. I didn't know that.
All right, first of all, that's because you don't ever pay attention to me, ever. I pay attention to your birthday.
I knew when it was.
Yes. Well, but we're talking about Sebastian, aka Mr. doesn't care about his fellow friends and his coworkers at all. Okay. So, but yeah, every year it falls on February 2nd. So I have to every day relive the same shit I did from last year, just like regular Groundhog's Day, and listen to Punxsutawney Phil make his prediction about an early spring.
You know, to be fair, my wife, she reminded me that it was your birthday, and she also reminds me when it's my birthday. So I don't pay attention to even my own birthday usually.
Yeah, I know.
I just lose. I lost interest. My 40th birthday, I knew was coming because you made this big deal for us in Oklahoma City. Yeah, that's right. Besides that, they're kind of just they all blend together. I know it's sometime in September. So
right.
I know when it is. Okay, Groundhog's Day. Is that a real thing? Like, do they really get a groundhog out?
Yes.
They really what groundhog is it?
All right, so his
change.
All right, so his name is Punxsutawney Phil. He's from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, and every year, since the early 1800s, I think the legend goes. Guys, remember this podcast. Don't ever put us in the don't quote us on this. We don't do our research whatsoever. So but every year they pull him out. It's obviously
groundhog. He's not alive. The same groundhog's not alive. So they just name him the same. What if it's like the same like family line of groundhogs? Like they breed.
I don't know. That's probably a good question.
It is a good question.
It is the same groundhog.
They live in the little box.
What
I'm sure.
Was that, Johnny?
What if it is the same groundhog? Maybe this is like some vampire groundhog that just can't die.
That's right.
You know? And in fact, I just read that PETA is trying to get rid of that fella.
I bet you he's like,
they're like get rid of him. They want to use some kind of doll or something.
Right.
Some governmental, scientifically mutated groundhog that stays alive forever.
Just a plastic groundhog. That's what they're saying. It's like, the fur. Now we can only wear faux fur. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, back to Ink Nation. Oh my God, the shit we are dealing with. Scam artists are everywhere. Listen. We have a scam artist by the name of Denise Dicey, which sounds scammy to begin with.
It does.
Who's getting people are paying her for booths at our convention.
No,
she's charging
not for booths, for them to be able to park their food truck.
No, it's for also booths.
Oh, okay. I knew about them. She charging them to pay her to get food trucks to be at our event, and it's like.
And so two food truck companies called the convention center today, finding out where they should park, and they called Don. And what they say to you, Don?
Don was like, so you're under contract for food, right? And I'm like, of course, tacos. I signed up for it. I want tacos. And she goes, I have people calling me about where to park their food trucks for your event. And I'm like, oh, no. Not me.
It's my fault. It's my fault. I'm gonna lie.
Damn, it's Denise Dicey.
Yeah. How do you think I got my birthday weekend up in the suite in Palace Station? I mean,
Clever you.
yeah, I'm sorry.
So this lady's taking money from food trucks and vendors that have never contacted us. So I'm assuming we're going to have some people there at the convention that did not pay for a vendor booth from us that are expecting a booth at Ignition. Sorry, our vendor booths were not $85 a booth. They were $450 per booth for the weekend. The other scam artist we had is a tattoo artist.
A tattoo artist
who's reaching out to people coming to our show and saying for $150 for a down payment for a deposit for a tattoo. He's doing a contest, some other things like that.
Yeah, he's looking for canvases. This is his first convention. And I actually had somebody contact us, and their friend paid them the money. And then they went to our website. And so whenever he contacted them back and been like, hey, dude, you ain't on their website, he told them that we're the scam artists.
Yeah.
Wow. He told them. And so this lady's messaging me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I said, our website is up to date.
It's not up to date.
I'm missing 2. And I got them done today, but it's not this dude. I've already been in contact with these people. And so
if you are planning on coming to our convention, best thing to do is go to our website, www.ink-nation.com. We're selling online tickets right now. People are buying like crazy, so that's good news. We're excited. We're excited. It's going to be a fun time. 20 days
You
away.
mind if I jump in real quick?
Yeah.
So I used to manage a tattoo shop in Milwaukee, Oregon, and I'm going to tell you the first red flag
That's
is
who it is. That's who it is right there.
Right? Yeah, it's me. the first red flag right there was tattoo artist. No tattooer with any clout would call themselves a tattoo artist. They would call themselves a tattooer.
Is that true?
That's a fact. That is a fact.
I'm a tattoo artist.
All right.
Well, they're
that's Oregon and Oklahoma.
So, yes. So I do know what you're talking about with the tattooer and the tattoo artist. Yeah. So depending on what part of the country you are in, they refer to them.
Okay, so what you're doing now
as tattooer and then tattoo artist, and it also depends on what actually the conversation that we're having. Now, for me personally, if I was posting that I was going to be in a convention, which I'm going to be in a couple this year myself, actually working tattooing, I would not refer to myself as anything. I would, you conduct your business as an artist. You don't say, hey, I'm a tattoo artist, or, you just be like, they're reaching out to you. It's
I would say I'm a body artist.
You're what?
A body artist.
Well, it's the same thing with truck driver. All right. So it's the same thing with truck driver versus driver professional. So, we're called professional drivers or driver professional, however you want to go.
You're not called driver.
We're not called truck drivers anymore, ma'am. Sorry.
Ma'am.
I am old school, and you were forever. That position will forever be truck driver. I was raised with truck driver.
It will, but I'll look like Johnny. God damn it!
Just go
plus 500 pounds. Yeah, trucker. That's right. Trucker.
People call me.
What about this? What are you gonna do about people that show up with a food truck?
That's not. Hey, that's a convention. That's convention's problem.
Oh, that's them.
Yeah, that's not.
Because I deal with that myself. I throw events too. I throw all kinds of events, and I got a big heart. So if they showed up and went, hey, and they show you proof they paid somebody,
we can't.
Legally, we can't accept the food trucks. So
because it's a bigger event.
Even my biggest heart, I would have to tell them, because you have to have city permits, you have to have, and we're under contract.
Thanks, Sam. But on top of that, we lose money because we have food contracts with the convention, and if they buy foods elsewhere, it takes away. Then we got to pay. So, all right, let's move on to the band The Quits. All right, with Johnny Ketchup. We got a little clip here. We're gonna play one of your songs I found on TikTok. Where did it go? I got it right here.
I thought you found it on OnlyFans.
That too.
Hey, out of my way. Living in the fuck out of the stride. This may be your final day. I don't care, I'm dead inside. Toe to toe, eye to eye. We don't break free, we'll surely die. Fist to fist, face to face. Welcome to the end of the human race. Fist to fist, face to face. Quits on the justice.
There we go. A little clip of The Quits. I saw you, Johnny. You guys did register The Quits with the state of Oregon in the United States. Was someone trying to take that name or use that name? Is that why you registered it?
Yeah, there's a group in Canada, a rap group using our name, and then there's another group in Colorado. Here's the deal, bro. I got a message yesterday from a booker in Colorado that asked me if we're still playing in April. I'm like, I don't know who you are. What are you talking about? I'm not coming to Colorado in April. And of course we registered the name a long time ago, but so I just threw that up on the internet now with just a blanket cease and desist, because drama comes with that, other people's problems.
Hold on, you said you're not going to Colorado in April. I thought I saw you guys were playing in Colorado.
He is, but for whole different reasons.
Okay, because the Quits isn't the Quits going on tour?
Hold your horses there. I will be in Colorado on June 7th and June 8th.
Okay. With The Quits, right? You guys are playing.
Absolutely.
Okay, you guys are touring.
Yeah, of course. But we're not touring. We're not being in Colorado in April.
Wrong month.
How long have you been playing punk music for?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I
look at him. Come on.
How do I give a number on that? I've been through several different phases. I started out in a metal band, and then from there I did a rockabilly band, and then from there we went to punk. So it's been over a course of many, many years. I grew up in this. I was born into this. My dad was a touring rockabilly artist back in the 50s. Nice. Okay, I was born into this.
I mean, Sebastian, look at his quality of videos. That should tell you that he is punk through and through.
And I love that. I know that. I love punk rock, and I love that the style you guys play. That's kind of my favorite style of punk. Just not giving a shit. You know, if we get to it, we got Wes Borland maybe coming up later on the podcast. And to me, it kind of has this punk rock attitude about not being famous, but we'll get circled back to that later on. But yeah, man, I think it's awesome. You guys are going on tour, so congratulations with that.
Thank you.
It's going to be exciting. All right. Now we do have some punk songs, which is not the same genre of punk as the Quits, but they're well, Green Day started off kind of major punk, kind of sold out-ish, if you will. Pop punk. There you go. We got some pop punk songs for you guys tonight. Let's go ahead and play the first song, which is by Green Day. The song is called Bobby Socks. Let's hit it.
Be my girlfriend. I'll take you to a movie that we've already seen, or sit at home and watch reruns. There's no other place I wanna be. Cemetery, and I'll kiss you again and make our dead friends blush. Oh, we'll be getting married right there on the scene. Do you wanna be my best friend? You can drive me crazy all over again, and I'll bore you to death. Oh, doesn't matter when we are in love.
Talk
The
about it.
endings of their songs always just get me.
It's a strong guitar outro. I guess
I can't handle that noise. Oh Lord, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Is it?
you can't now, Johnny. Would you say, being the punk rocker you are, Green Day originally was very punk rock. Hey, I can't blame them making millions of dollars. I don't really like 121 Guns, but I do like that song, and I like some of their newer songs as well. What about you?
Well, I'll say this. They did start out as a punk rock band. That's great. But for me, that was just a rock song. That was just a song. I don't find any punk rock in it. I don't feel anything threatening, dangerous, ugly, nasty, mean, political. It's just a I love you song.
Well, it's kind of political.
It is political.
Because he said, "You want to be my girlfriend, or do you want to be my boyfriend?" So it's
whatever.
In today's world,
that's like calling Metallica death metal.
Oh, I do got a political question for you before we get into Stump Sebastian with Don here. Punk rock to me is anti-government, right?
Okay.
When did punk rock become such a socialist community?
Okay, you're asking me to hurt myself is what you're doing.
We don't ask you to come
alienate half of my audience, and brother, I won't do. And I tell kids out there, hey, if you're going to start a punk rock band, don't bring that shit on stage, man. Don't, because what you're doing is you're saying half of your potential audience, you ain't welcome here. Don't do it.
That is a fair answer, and I accept it. That's great. That's a good way around it.
Well, you didn't trick them because we were trying, Johnny. We were trying
I'm not new at this.
We were trying. But we can all agree, punk music has an origin of against
anarchy,
anarchy against the government, against the man, and it always had a socialist, underlying tone to it. So there's no doubt about that. Now,
a socialist underlying tone, that anarchy is anti-socialism.
Okay, but it's anti-government. Establishment. Yeah,
let's say that. Because most of our songs are about getting loaded, partying too hard, doing too many drugs and too much alcohol, where other songs are about fighting the system.
Right. There you go.
I'm on the getting loaded, and
100%. 100%. Yeah. So.
Come on that in. All right, let's Sam, go ahead and play that new little clip we got going on for
I mean, you don't need to announce the little clip. But it's about that time, guys.
It is. It's the first of the month.
It's the first of the month. Just like you get your government checks, it's time for Sometimes He Knows, Sometimes He Doesn't. It's time to Stump Sebastian.
Yeah. I got some pretty tricky ones for you this week, Sebastian.
All right.
So, Johnny, we're gonna do this first. Sebastian gets first dibs at the song,
and then y'all two can chime in.
And then Johnny, and then Sam, since he's the guest, he'll go second.
And then Johnny, you get the second dibs, and I get the third. Now, here's the deal: if you you'll get rewarded with points, but it absolutely means nothing. So you get no rewards out of it.
Just bragging rights.
Guess the song.
Just bragging rights.
Yeah. Guess the song.
Yeah, but after Sebastian, we got to stump Sebastian because he's Mr. Know-It-All. He's Mr. Actually, we're lying. He's not Mr. Know-It-All. Like he has a very selective
everything.
Artois of bands that he listens to. So Here we go. Go ahead, John.
All right.
That's Pierce the Veil.
It is.
That's Pierce the Veil. All right.
Wow. I can't believe you got that one.
I know. I was sure I got him on that one.
That is one of the bands I have a close ties to, and I didn't even know that. So good job.
That song's called Nirvana. Something Nirvana.
Past the Nirvana.
There we go. All right.
I'm not going to know anything.
Good, Sebastian.
Oh, sometimes we have older songs too. We don't know what she picked. Okay.
Yeah, nobody knows but me. All right, number 2.
I know that song, but I don't know for
You
the
feel
life
the
of me.
noise?
I don't know. I passed.
I said okay.
Johnny
Johnny?
passes. I can tell you
No,
passed.
it's called "Smell My Finger" by the Finger Smellers.
That was a good guess. That was a good guess.
It's good. But it is not that one. That is "Bring Me the Horizon." Can you
Oh.
feel?
Okay. All right.
Can you
all right.
feel my heart?
Yeah.
Aw.
It's tied 1-1.
Good
1-1.
job.
All right.
All right, number 3. I didn't hit it.
Okay, who hit it? Are you hitting that? Sebastian?
no.
No, I think if you don't stop it, it plays 4
Yeah,
times in a row.
it loops. It loops in.
Okay.
You
All right.
mom. All right, number
Last
3.
song. I know the song. I know the song name. Johnny, do you know the song name for that before I say it?
No. Go
I
for
think
it.
the song is Cumbersome. By
Can't eat, can't sleep, can't.
I have become cumbersome.
You got the name of the song right.
Right.
Who sings it?
Hey, you know what? All I gotta do
Is it 3 letters? Is it 3 letters, Don?
It's 3 words.
3 words.
Mary.
Oh, you're almost. That's the middle word.
It's Mary. 7 Mary.
There you go. What's the last one?
Poop.
3. Mary 3.
I got half.
You
There
got
you go.
that.
There you
Hey, I got
No,
2.
I got a third.
Yeah, there you go.
That is 2 out of 3. I'll take
That's the
that.
best you've done.
You know what? Johnny Ketchup still wins. Johnny Ketchup wins.
Oh. Well, you knew the name.
Well, because you're 3 times 10, Johnny. You're 3 times 10. You automatically get times 10 as a guest to the show. So there you go. And that is, guys, Stump Sebastian.
Yeah.
Thank you, Don. We actually forgot it this week, so it was pretty funny that Don's like, "Hey, wait a minute," and we're like, "Oh,
It's
thank
the
God
it's the highlight of my month, because
Is it?
normally I stomp
it?
them better than this, but I failed this week or
Yeah.
this month.
You know what? Who's cumbersome is Hugh Hefner. I don't even know what cumbersome means, actually.
I know that's the wrong word. I don't think that's the right word.
So Hugh Hefner, I guess after now, think back in the day, okay? Yeah,
1990s.
Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson, their sex tapes got released.
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Hefner's widow, Crystal Hefner, and I was like, she has to be like dead. Also, no, she's probably like 20 now. Finally,
She's 40 finally.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, she recently came out and said that when those sex tapes first came out, I guess Hugh Hefner was terrified.
yeah, because he ran a big company, and that was going to hurt his company.
Not only that, I guess he was scared because in his room he had cameras filming everything that they did.
Nuh-uh. Are you saying the Playboy Mansion has cameras to catch live raw?
Well, what would he be worried about? And Johnny, feel free just to step in whenever you get a chance.
of
whenever
course.
you want
So
to.
is that implying that Tommy Lee and Pamela had sex in Hugh Hefner's mansion, and that's how the tape got released?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Then he would have nothing to worry about his cameras in his mansion
Well-
recording anything. For their sex tape being revealed.
I think it's just sex tapes in general because he's probably having sex with you got to think about this. This is a time where
Or the lack of sex that's going on in his room because he's too old.
He's got Viagra, and he's got a membership to Viagra Nation.
He probably still eats amazing cooter. That's what it is.
That's what it
Nom, 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 nom. Well, he's dead now, I think so.
Yes.
he was scared, I think, just because sex tapes in general, scandals, and this is a time where women also, some women were saying he was a hater towards women and degrading them when some women said that he was kind of sticking up for women's rights. And so there was a lot going on. So I think just a sex tape in general coming out probably would have made him look bad. The whole Playboy, what do you call it? The company itself, the legacy of Playboy could have been shot, had sex tapes, because he was having orgies. I mean, Pamela Anderson goes on to talk about there was a time where 7 girls followed him to the room and she didn't know, so she followed up and they all were like butt naked having sex. And she was like, oh. Never mind. Went back downstairs. But what's funny about this whole thing is here's how he got rid of him. He had his security guard, one of his security guards, take all the tapes that had been recorded that they stored, go out to the middle of the ocean, and dump all the tapes.
Lies. Security guard still has it to this day. And what do you think he whacked off to?
He's waiting to make that money.
No, he's still
And
whacking
now
off to it to this day.
And now we know what killed the dolphins.
It wasn't the little six pack drink.
Plastic rings.
Yeah, it was sex tape. Film.
The whole
Imagine how many
VHS reel.
miles. Imagine how many miles of actual tape that would have been floating through the ocean.
Dude, so one has to float up on shore sometime. Not all of them got destroyed or eaten, I would assume. There has to be one surviving. We're going to find out in 20 years. It's going to come out.
Sebastian, it's your tape. It's your tape from 1999.
I've never had sex with Hugh Hefner at the Playboy Mansion.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You know you did. That's what happened. And Hugh, I know you're past. You passed away, and but we're gonna make sure that we get our money's worth because we're not making any money here. So.
It's funny you say that. Do you know how Sebastian and I met? It was 2009. We were both flown to Brazil by the adult industry to make a film called Two Stallions, 500 Fillies. And that's we have that one Brazilian tape, of course.
Right.
Well, it's on cassette.
I won't link it. I won't link it.
Real
It's
to
a
real.
true story. All right, true story.
But Sebastian and I met through the same way, but it was 2 cheeseburgers and a reach round.
That's
Of course.
Damn, and all I got was the lame. I have a podcast.
That's it. That's all you got at the bar. I have a podcast.
The 7-Eleven Slurpee.
Yeah.
Yo, let's go into our next song.
Yep.
We have a song called the band's called Neck Deep. The band's called the song's called Dumbstruck Dumb Fuck.
Who is phone's going on?
That's not mine.
It's not mine.
Ooh, what?
Is that you?
Is
Someone's
that
going.
your phone, Johnny, going
Johnny.
No.
off? All right, well.
Well, someone is. So let's take a look at Neck Deep's new song.
Oh, it's an emergency alert. Missing endangered juvenile.
So it was you.
Miley Bray. No, it's everybody.
My
Not
phone was
me.
silent.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
in Nevada, man.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
They don't
Yeah.
care about kids out here. So
Neck Deep,
All right.
right here on the Loud Spot.
How many scars have you got? How many tears have you dropped? Suffering, do you like who you are? Yeah, do you like who you are? I'm struggling to be the man that you want, but I give what I got. Promises, I really like who you are. I really like who you are, but I'm a useless At least can I get a little something to remember? Before I surrender, at least can I get a little something to remember? Before we say goodbye, don't be so hollow, don't be so dead inside. Those tears I borrowed, you'll never get them back. Goodbye, you'll never get them back. Goodbye.
If you like punk rock music, kind of more underground punk, more like back to the roots of punk rock, go check out the Quits. They're on I think on TikTok is under Johnny Ketchup.
Well, we also have the Quits on TikTok.
Okay.
We're on all music platforms.
Yeah.
So check them out. And punk rock is it's one of those genres that really the roots of it haven't changed. There's pop punk now. There's bands like Green Day have kind of changed it, but the art of punk rock is just as it was, I think, during the Misfits days.
Right. Yeah.
From back when. But punk rock goes older than that.
Ours does go back. We're crossover. We fall in with your DRI, your GBH, your Exploited. That's where we fall in the true heart of old school punk rock. Right?
Don't you guys still have your like Jesus starter jackets from back in the day?
What?
Jesus starter jacket. Get it?
What's
All right.
he talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
I'm just saying the tablets at the end of the day. So, matter of fact, you know the funniest thing about being in here in Vegas is we have UFC this weekend, and I met Molly McCann. She hangs out with Patty Pimment, and I didn't even know who she was, and I just waved at her, and she waved at me, and it's like hi, and then we were starting to talk, and I was like, oh wait, you hang out with Patty all the time. Patty Pimlet, the Scottish fighter. Okay, I know who you are. I didn't ask for a photo because I don't do that kind of thing. But great fighter. I wish her the best this Saturday. Of course, this episode airs Monday, so we'll have a recap next Friday if she won. And then, of course, we got Super Bowl weekend coming up next weekend. And I'm pretty sure I've seen some NFL stars, but I don't know who they are. You know, it's not Travis Kelce, or Taylor Swift.
Hey, you know, congratulations to Taylor Swift for making the Super Bowl on her rookie year.
Right. Yeah, that's right. So
well, my money's on the Red Sox.
That's right.
Someone said you like punk rock, man. You can't like football because skateboard. I said I can like whatever the hell I want, man.
You like whatever you want,
no one tells me what to do. If I like it, I like it. I don't care.
Is it not gay porn?
Well, I'm into that too.
Where is it? Tight, short, skin tight, little tiny pants, running around, slapping each other on the ass, trying to take the ball from each other.
Looking for a little pigskin. We'll call it foreskin.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, that brings me up to Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit and gay porn go hand in hand.
That's
and we got, you know, just not too long before the Union Underground comes on. So real quick, I just want to touch base on Wes Borland, kind of old news. He's left the band twice. You know, Wes Borland is kind of the most punk rock guy in the new metal scene. He made it famous. He quotes, "This is gross. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be in magazines. At first, it seems like it's going to be awesome, but it's just weird."
It is weird.
And I think that's why he wore makeup at first, kind of maybe hide who he was. And also, he didn't like the music that Limp Bizkit was playing.
No, because he is 100% metal guy. He's 100% metal riffs, metal. That's who he is. And so when Limp Bizkit came along and they're like, we're going to rap on top of this, he's like, okay, all right, well, let's take a look at what we put together. Just like you, Johnny. Like you wouldn't be opposed to a country guy coming to you and saying, "Hey, let's put together a." Oh, there we go.
There he goes.
There we go. He's country all the way. He is in Oregon. So, but I think with Wes Borland, it's one of those things where without Wes Borland, I don't think there would be a Limp Bizkit, and that's
right.
The thing. Yep.
I think you're right. He felt he was bringing the band down, but I think he kind of helped them because he was so different. That's what the fans liked them seeing in concert because of who he was. And it wasn't just Fred Durst. Wes Borland was the other big name in Limp Bizkit.
You know, the funniest thing, when I checked out Limp Bizkit, I I was more attracted to Fred Durst, right? I was more attracted to his hip hop. I was more attracted to him putting it to metal riffs and stuff like that. But then when I started to really investigate Wes Borland, I realized that guy is so talented, and the riffs that he can come out with, and of course the stage persona, and painting himself up and not giving a crap about, now granted, we see the Limp Bizkit now today they don't give a crap of what they look like. Versus back in the day, they had the red hat like you have, Sebastian.
I thought about that
around,
too, yeah.
Turned around, and they had a certain image that they wanted to keep, but Wes didn't care even those days.
And it's weird because they didn't look like a band with him, but it worked out. It worked out in their favor. He's just the most punk rock. He didn't want the fame. I don't think he minds the money, but I think he could have lived without it.
So Johnny, if you were ever approached about this and they said you got to shave your beard, you have to dye your hair a certain color, would you do it?
I would do it for a certain amount of time. Why not? Why not? Hey, I've been trying for years to get to a certain level, and it's harder now than ever. COVID just about ruined the music industry. You can't get in the door. You can't get in the door. There's no such thing as a talent scout anymore.
Sir, I apologize, but that is my job right here. I'm a talent buyer. I'm a talent buyer, booking agent. Man.
Johnny's 0 for 2. No one calls himself a tattoo artist, and then there's no talent scouts.
There's a difference between a talent scout and a talent buyer. Okay, because I am also Johnny Ketchup Presents. I am also a booking agent promoter. See,
but what I would say to you, Johnny, is one of the reasons why probably the Quits hasn't hit that, because it's in a certain genre that is just never going to sell out, right? We can both agree to that.
Yeah,
right.
Okay.
Could be if the money's right and we got 2 cheeseburgers and a reach around like Sebastian likes to give out.
I'm in.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. But I think the problem is we live with a day and age where everyone's trying to find new music. There's tons of bands doing how many bands, Johnny, would say the Quits either mimics or has influenced?
Many multitudes. Yeah. I couldn't possibly give you a number. Multitudes.
Right. I would say the younger generation of punk rock probably, and you can make money. I disagree with you. There's lots of punk bands, but the problem is you don't get paid that much from streaming. Okay, that's the issue.
You're gonna get regional money. You're gonna get you're big in that region. Like for example, Johnny is big in his probably decent in his region. But you take him out to New York or Chicago or something like that, maybe he doesn't do very well, or his band doesn't do anywhere because people aren't listening to their stuff because they got 10,000 probably other bands that are doing the same thing, listening to the same style of music. And they feel, and fans dictate this whole industry.
Of course.
Without fans are going to make or break a band on top of that. That's why we have the Bad Omens and all these new bands that keep coming out and the Green Days and stuff like that, because, the money machine is going to pump a lot of money into them to make them look good, sound good, make them pretty, stuff like that. Johnny's not pretty.
Before the show started, I said I wish I looked as good as you do.
Jesus Christ! Why did you lie like that?
I'm going to disagree with you some, and here's why. I'm being solicited by London. I'm being solicited by Mexico City. I'm being hit up all the time. But what is stopping me is I don't have the capital myself to get it going. It used to be you could walk into Capitol Records and hand them your CD and they'd give it a listen. Now you have to have somebody that's already on their label bring the CD. So you got to be close friends with somebody already to get there. The ball game has changed. And if you are truly that deep into what you do, you know that. You know that. I can't walk up to Metal Blade Records and go, "Here's my CD." They're going to say, "Get the fuck out of here." You give that to Sin Kieran and have him bring it in. Right?
That's fucked up. Yeah, that's the way it works now.
It is he's not wrong. That's the way it works. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And as long as you I mean, Sebastian says he knows everybody, but guys, don't listen to him.
I don't say I know I don't know.
You're a liar.
How do you? Yes, I do. I do. I take that back. I know every single person in the whole goddamn world, Sam. Yes, I do.
And then he says, I
And
own a
other
podcast
worlds.
at the end of the day. And then he says, I own a podcast.
And I know all the aliens on other, hey,
that's right.
Between Johnny Ketchup, myself, Don, and Sam, we know everyone in the whole world.
There you go.
That's right.
But at least a few people. We may not know them directly, but we know them indirectly.
And then friends with nobody.
I was going to say, well, I probably have a friend that knows a friend that knows a friend that knows a friend, and then we can add it up that way. But that's about it.
Well, you know me, so I know everyone. So I know.
So what I hear is, Sam, since you're so deep in this, you are going to push the quits through to that next level. See, because we're willing to mutate. We're willing to mutate to make that happen. We are not the band that's stuck in a way that's going to keep us from progressing.
Look at Sam's face. He's like,
I don't remember ever having this conversation, sir.
We're having it right now.
I love you, Johnny, but not that much. So
let's see if the Union Underground, hopefully they come on here. We do have a song from them that we are going to play. Of course, I don't think they came out with any new music recently, but this song is called Across the Nation. Hopefully YouTube doesn't ding us for this. Let's hit that song, and hopefully they come on the podcast right after this.
I'll get the guns, the drugs from my generation. I'll take the fall, the states, and across the nation. And it's a state, the cops, the fakes, the fraud, they're messing with me. Come on, come on, come on, let's get it out. Move to the music, play that fucking music. Move into the music, yeah. Move to my music, play that fucking music. My music, yeah. Now get the guns, the drugs from my generation. I'll take the fall, the states, and across the nation. And it's a stage, the gods, the fakes, the fraud, they're messing with me. Come on, come on, come on, let's get it out. Move to the music, play that fucking music. Move into the music, yeah. Move to my music, play that fucking music. Live through my music, yeah. Forget the lies, the money. We're in this together and through it all. They said that nothing's forever, and they refuse to see the change in me. Why won't they wake up? Come on, come on, come on, let's get it out. Move to the music, play that fucking music. Move into the music, yeah. Move to my music, play that fucking music. Live through my music, yeah. Move into the music, yeah. Move to the music. Live through the music, yeah. Move to the music. Move into the music, yeah. Move to the music.
All right, we are now joined with Bryan, who is the vocalist for the band The Union Underground. We just heard their song Across the Nation, which was, I guess, back in the day, was it like a WWE intro kind of deal you had going on with them?
Yeah, that came about through WWE, hitting us up to do a compilation thing that a lot of bands were on at the time. And it was nice that we were able to be, a part of that, because I think it was 5 years or more, man, that,
Right,
that
it's
it
been a
stayed.
while.
Yeah, that it stayed as a well, I mean, just the duration of time
Right.
that it stayed a theme song. It was a long time. So yeah, that was a fantastic hookup for us.
Do they pay for that, or is that something that they're just like, hey, we're promoting your band, so you just deal with it?
No. There was some cheddar, you know.
Oh,
All
all
right,
right.
good, all right.
A little bit of
Because
cheddar.
I remember my boys, Egypt Central, they did
Yeah.
a whole bunch of things with WWE, including walkout songs and stuff like that. They got a very small fee, but they were happy with it because they got a lot of free tickets to WWE events. So I think that
Well, yeah, and two, you know, on the back end, maybe a little bit of a difference with our situation is we instead of covering, because I think, you know, the theme of that was to cover existing songs that the wrestlers had, like the theme songs. We kind of took, I wanted to just take a small piece of the song, just a small musical piece, and then just write a song around it.
right.
You know, and really just write a Union song around it. So, and which they, fortunately agreed to. So that, you know, allowed for, you know, obviously ownership of the song.
Right.
And, you know, so it's kind of a different deal. But,
And that's why Sebastian, he that money that he got, he bought sunglasses.
And he put it, and he's wearing them on the show. And he bought a jacket. You also bought a jacket.
You guys are funny.
I knew it was going to happen. Yeah. The sunglasses. Yeah.
Before we get on to what you guys are doing now, you guys have some good things going on. I got to ask, were you a fan of WWE then? And are you, if you were, are you still, or are you just happy that they played your guys' music?
Well, you know, at the time, as a kid, I watched wrestling a lot, you know, so, but when we did that thing, I was really not familiar with like who was current and who was doing what and blah, blah, blah.
I'm still not familiar, so don't even go there. I'm from the 90s Junkyard Dog days and, you know, Coco Beware and
yeah, Coco Beware with the parrot.
Yep.
Superfly, Jimmy Snuka.
So I just, you know, I met all those guys and we did one of those live events. But prior to that, I had no idea, you know.
That's awesome. Well, it's we played the video, had WWE on it. So hopefully YouTube's not too mad at us. If they are, we won't be able to play it, but hopefully we can.
And
Love
we don't
the
give a
song.
shit.
I want to jump in.
It's all.
I want to jump in. Hey, the song itself, loved it. I'm hearing musically. I'm hearing a Prodigy. I'm hearing Prodigy in the background back there, and then your vocal lyrical content. Rob Zombie had a baby together, and that is great stuff, brother. I'm loving that. What a lot of fun.
All right, brother.
Oh, thank you, man.
Brother, had to throw that in.
I know.
Hey, brother. All right, okay. You guys are going back on tour, the Back to 2000s tour. You guys are going with Soil, Raw, and FLAW. That is such a the name of the tour and the bands that are playing with you guys is like fucking perfect, dude.
Right.
Who came up with the lineup for that? Was that you guys that set this whole thing up, or who was that?
Yeah, I mean, everyone, you know, it's kind of a booking agent thing. And Tim and I from Soil had been talking about doing a run just with Union and Soil in some fashion for, you know, 2 or 3 years now. And it finally kind of worked out to where everyone's schedules are good to go this year and we could get it worked out in the spring. So the other guys involved, it just made sense. I mean, you know, they all come from, so what we wanted to do is Tim kind of pitched me this idea about, hey, let's do this Back to the 2000s thing. And I thought it was kind of cool to just kind of revisit that era of everyone's first records that we released and kind of go back to the origins of kind of what started everyone off, you know? And so that 2001, 2002, 3 era is what the focus was there. And so all of the bands involved all put out their first records right around that time, and kind of fit into the style of the tour. And man, it all came together pretty fast once we kind of greenlit it, you know.
So
Was there? Hold
No,
on,
go
I got
ahead,
a question.
go
Is there anything on this tour that you guys are afraid to, rekindle as far as your first, your first release? Because we all know that every artist across America has a song, or maybe even the whole album, that they're like, God, we're playing this one again. I really don't want to.
hold on.
Yeah.
Before you answer that, here's part 2, because Brian is quoted saying, "This is not a nostalgia tour. It's the launch of a new chapter for the band and an opportunity for new generations of music lovers to discover us."
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. And so, we're not only going to we're going to do Rebellion in its entirety on the tour, right? Which,
All right.
I mean, the record's only 40 something minutes long.
All right.
So we're going to do that. We're going to do
About
that
as
entire.
old as Sebastian shits in his bathroom.
We're going to do that record in its entirety across the nation, of course. And then, a few new songs that no one's heard yet that will probably make it to the new record. We're a little careful about what we play live before we release it, but there's definitely some new stuff that no one's heard. So that's kind of cool.
Are you going to roll anybody? I mean, just throw it out there. Like just start it off and then you just play, I forget Rick's last name, but Never Gonna Give You Up. And then go into your new song, or is it going to be start right from the beginning with the old stuff, or is it going to be new stuff?
I don't want to reveal too much, man, about
You got to.
You guys got to buy a ticket.
Show.
Don't tell them. Hey guys, I got somebody knocking at the door. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
From the first note.
Just let everyone know. Listen on audio. I'm pretty sure he's selling weed at the front door or something.
It was
like that.
Brian's guy. It was Brian's guy. He was knocked at the door, and look what he just brought me.
I'm quite sure there's a
sunglasses.
So I want to thank you. Thank you for the gift.
Right.
I'll share these around.
Yeah,
all right.
There you go. It's all Gucci.
I thought you were going off camera for like a drive-through glory hole thing.
That's what I thought.
I was positive that's what was happening.
That's what usually happens, but this time your boy came through with the Versace.
We should have had Brian leave camera for a second, also.
Right, so you said
he leaves camera, and then you give him the sunglasses.
I'm glued to the seat. I can't move.
Yeah. There we go. All right, so it's good that you guys are doing, you guys are playing your old stuff, but you're also introducing your new stuff. And a lot of people who are listening, guys, the biggest thing is a lot of these bands have been around for a while, and you need to just take a listen. They're not charging $285, Taylor Swift tickets kind of thing for the nosebleed. Go check these guys out, because I think you guys will be if you love metal, you love rock, you're going to love these guys, all three of these bands. And I, I just talked with Chris. I talked with Weed, who talked with Chris, who has their own little side project with Odd Even. These bands are one of these bands that you guys should check out live, and you guys should decide whether or not it's something for you.
I want to ask you, when was the last time that you guys went on tour?
Like a full run. We've been doing some festival one-offs here and there the last few years, but a full run has been, since literally the first record.
So how excited are you to finally do something like that again? Is it exciting? Like, are you something you're totally looking forward to doing?
Absolutely, man. I'm looking forward to just like you mentioned too, from the quote, like just reintroducing people to the record that haven't, listened to it in a long time. And also, introducing a new generation of people to the music, man. Even the first record, because a lot of stuff sick. What's crazy is like you can see online and just on social media and stuff. There's so much chatter that I dig up, and I'm like, oh, these comments have to be probably from like 5, 6, 7. No, they're like from last month.
Yeah.
They're like, I just discovered you guys. Holy shit, I love this stuff. You know, it's like, and that's constant. And it's nice that that's available to like for people to be able to just discover it for the first time, regardless of age.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And and I say this all the time to like bands that I produce and stuff, because I produce stuff on the side. And there's no such thing as an old song. What does that even mean? I mean, I put on Houses of the Holy the other day. What does an old song mean?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I was listening to a song earlier by Alkaline Trio, and I was like, "This is their new song." Then I was like, "Oh, it came out like 12 years ago." Never mind. It's not that. It's not that. But it's new to someone who discovers it.
Right.
Exactly.
If you hadn't read the credits, you wouldn't have known that. You would either just like it or you wouldn't.
Well, on this show, we had tons of Seven Dust songs that were released 3 or 4 years ago, but now they have a new video, and I didn't even know that. And I was like, I didn't even know the song. But I think that's accredited to, we have a lot of music talent that is out there. A lot of people, and we talked with Johnny from the Quits about this. There's a lot of people trying to cut through the chatter, and the bands that are probably going to just come on for about 1 to 3 years, disappear after that because they just don't have the financial backing or something that's keeping them from really pushing out there to the music industry. Doesn't mean their songs are good or bad, and to everyone their own, because it's at the end of the day, music is art, guys. Music is art. What you like is what you like. There's nothing wrong with it. What you don't like is what you don't like. There's nothing wrong with it. However, though, we can all agree as music professionals, to get online and then tell this band sucks, that is probably not the right thing to say. Like I always said, it's not for me. I don't like Johnny's band, The Quits. It's just too hardcore punk.
And I like them.
He loves them. He loves them.
Yeah.
So I'm more stuck to the new metal. So
that's all the time we got on the last spot. Johnny, thank you for joining. Brian, thank you for coming on. Don had to leave a little early. Sam, always appreciate everything you do, because without you, I'm just nothing. Okay, that's all the time we got. Stay right there. Everyone, please stay right there. Peace out, rock on, and much love.
This is the Loud Spot outro by Nothing Short of Tragic.
Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this the Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does Nothing Short of Tragic have his back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Yes. A pimp host has to pimp show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.